Well, welcome back. Molly's wearing a blindfold, and we're going to try a little experiment.
Oh.
See how well you can drink your water, Molly.
Okay.
You are completely in the dark. So we're doing this because our next guests have a really unique event called Dining in the Dark, and the proceeds benefit the Center for Blind and Visually Impaired Children and the Badger Association of the Blind and Visually Impaired. Not bad.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I kind of had it, I mean, you kept it pretty close, but I was just explaining to our guests, it's a very almost scary feeling not to see, because it's totally black. I don't even see light.
Like
with
shadows
the sun.
or lights, right. Joining us now from those two groups are Terry Davis and Jennifer Ottowitz. Welcome to the show, ladies. Thank you so much for being here. I love the concept of this, this thing you've got coming up.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's so great because I think, you know, until you actually put a blindfold on, maybe you're not really in the shoes of somebody who can't see like Jennifer. I mean, you can see a little bit. You see light, maybe?
Yes.
Okay.
Lights and shadows, yeah.
Lights and shadows, but nothing specific. You can't read, for
Correct.
example. Okay. You're legally considered blind?
Correct.
What we've been talking about is this event that's called Dining in the Dark. So people are going to enjoy a 4-course meal with blindfolds on. Jennifer, from your perspective, why do you think this is a good idea?
Well, we really think this is a fun and unique opportunity, not just to raise money to help support the mission of 2 wonderful organizations, but to enjoy a fantastic meal prepared by the staff of Bacchus Restaurant and the Bartolotta Group. And we really hope that it'll help people have an appreciation for utilizing their other senses, for overcoming challenges, and for learning to do things in different ways.
Now, have you been blind since birth?
Yes, I have.
Okay. So for those of us who will just wear the blindfold that night, how long does it typically take, do you think, for them to kind of get comfortable with everything? Terry?
Well, I think it'll take a little bit for people to get comfortable, but the process will be to slowly integrate them into the situation. It won't just all of a sudden be, here's the blindfold and now it's dark. We've got an evening setup that will be very interesting to create the awareness, because we know every 7 minutes someone is experiencing some type of vision loss. So we want to take them into a slow progression about how that will work.
I think there's tremendous empathy that comes with compassion maybe too, but I think empathy is a better word, because it's like to put yourself even just briefly in someone else's footsteps.
Yeah, we really want people to be aware that losing vision, or a parent who has a new baby that's dealing with vision, there's help out there, there's support, there's education, there's awareness, and people can be very, very successful. So we want that message to come across.
Jennifer, since being born, being blind, and here you are 30-some years later, I'm guessing.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
what have been the biggest transformations in the assistance that that the world has provided people who are visually impaired?
Well, technology has come so far. I mean, their computerized access now provides so many people access to so many different types of information, and it's just opened up the world tremendously. I think public awareness has greatly increased, so the attitudes of the general public are more accepting, and it's just making the world a much better place for people with all disabilities, including people who have vision problems.
Sure,
I think it's wonderful that you're a certified vision rehabilitation therapist, so you obviously understand what the people you work with are going through, and I wonder, what types of services do you offer?
In the community, both organizations actually offer a lot of support, not only to the person with the vision problems, but to their family members, so they can have a sense that they're not going through this alone. But then we also offer, and specifically I offer education, training, therapy on how to do a wide variety of everyday activities, including eating, in new ways.
So when is this Dining in the Dark? When are you guys going to have everybody gathered and blindfolded?
Sunday, November 8th at the Bacchus Restaurant, and it'll begin at 5 p.m. And we think it's a wonderful opportunity, the first time in Milwaukee.
And this is open to the public. I was just going to say, who does this help?
This helps the Badger Association for the Blind and the Center for Blind and Visually Impaired Children.
I just was curious, at the end of this, what do people typically say?
Yeah.
What's the feedback that you hear from folks?
Well, this is our first time doing this event,
really?
so
good
we
for
are
you.
really trying to highlight that and create that awareness. And we will be able to answer that question after November 8th.
That's
All right.
wonderful.
We'll
I
have
thought
to come
based
back.
on the pictures that we saw that this is an event you've already done, but those are just demonstration pictures?
Yeah, we had a little test dinner just
Okay.
to kind of do a run through with some of our board members and such, and it was I think a really wonderful experience for them too.
And the partnership with Bacchus has really been wonderful in the Bartolotta group because
Oh, they're
those
great folks,
pictures
so.
was part of that test dinner. So working together has really helped put a potential wonderful event on.
That's
Well,
really neat.
It's going to be fun. It's Sunday, November 8th from 5 to 9 at Bacchus. It's just $250 per person. The money's going to a fantastic cause. Please, when you get a minute today, visit their website at dininginthedarkmke.org. It'll get you more information and probably some access there, I'm guessing, to just sign up online. And if you'd like to go old school and call, you can. 414-615-0120. Thank you, ladies, so much for being here.
Pleasure to have
Good luck
you.
with the event,
Thank you
too.
very much.
Yeah, I hope
Thank
it's a
you.
huge success.
51. I'm about to do something I've never done before in my career, and that's do an interview blindfolded. And I'm going to tell you why. Because in November, Bacchus, in partnership with the Center for the Blind and Visually Impaired and Children, the Badger Association, I got that all mixed up, but anyway, it's dining in the dark, and guests will experience a 4-course meal while blindfolded. Vanessa Nurburn is here, Jennifer Ottowitz is here, along with Joe Bartolotta. Thank you all for being here. And let's, Vanessa, you and I, go ahead. And,
All right.
and Jennifer, while we're doing this, tell us a little bit about your visual impairments.
Sure. I was born with glaucoma, and then I also have a hereditary condition that affects my corneas. So I was able to see print growing up, large print, and use magnifiers, but then my vision slowly deteriorated over time, and so now I have even less vision.
And so this is your day-to-day reality.
Absolutely.
Okay, Joe, Bacchus is, you did this wonderful meal, and this is just one course. Walk us through what we're going to enjoy.
Yeah, we partnered with them, and they approached us. It was a really neat idea because they said, would you do this? And we want all the lights turned off. And, we thought that might be a little dangerous for our servers. So we ended up deciding on blindfolds, and we keep the lights very low. So we wanted to sort of replicate what a true blind person would go through during a dining experience. And it's much more challenging than it would appear on the surface because you don't have the use of your sight. So location of food on a plate and textures of food, it's really very, very difficult. And we did a run through, and I ended up spilling stuff all over my shirt. And they have a couple of terminologies. They say go low and go slow, meaning that as you move your hand along the table, you're feeling for your water glass, you're feeling for your knives and forks.
And I'm so glad that you didn't have a beverage here for Vanessa and I to try.
Right, exactly.
So I think I've located...
So you've got your knife and fork there, and
Yeah.
the plate's right in front of you, and you don't really know what's in front of you, so it's fun to sort of try to, guess what you have there. And literally, this is what blind people have to deal with every day.
Because
and
you don't know
I mean,
where
just harvesting a piece of food that's the appropriate size is sometimes challenging. And what do you think you just ate there?
a beet.
A beet, you got it. Very
I
good.
ate some lettuce. I ate some lettuce.
You said the lettuce.
This is a beet salad with a little bit of arugula, and there's another special. There you go. Kim, you're close to it. There you go. That's a specialty
had
piece.
it, yeah.
No.
That happens a lot.
We've also allowed extra time for this dinner because people eat remarkably a lot slower when they can't see what they're eating.
And it's just weird because even with the utensils to find out like which side of the knife is going to be the side that I use to cut and
Right.
the textures of the food. And Jennifer, I mean, how do you navigate that? Do people tell you, okay, this is what we're having, this is what's on the plate?
At times, yeah. And I think the key thing to remember is
I
that
came
for
up with
people when they
nothing.
when they initially start to lose their vision, they go through exactly what you're experiencing now and what people will experience the night of the event. It is a lot more difficult than one might imagine.
It
But
is. I got that one. I could.
You got a tiny little piece of lettuce
I could
there.
do a
All that
lot of
work.
weight. Yes.
All that work.
Thank you for being here. And the point that we want of this event is that there are so many resources in the community to help those who are visually impaired.
Yep.
Absolutely. And with a lot of practice and teaching and training, this becomes a lot easier and just a part of your everyday experience, just like you would eat a meal without the blindfold and with your
Something
complete
to think
vision.
about. I encourage you, please take part in this event. Again, it's happening in November on the 8th at Bacchus. Go to fox6now.com or call the number on your screen. We'll be back after this.